Hey, everybody, welcome to the Desert Underground podcast. I am Desert Danish. Mr. Matt Wadley could not be here today. So, in his place, we have a special guest host, Mr. Brian Holm.
Thank you.
How you doing, Brian?
I'm doing good, Dane. How about you?
I'm glad you're here, man.
Me too. I had so much fun doing this the first time.
You have way more facial hair than...
This was like an honor to be invited to a second time.
All right, well, I mean, it's like a hot chick, man. Like, they're hotter when they don't know they're hot. So, you saying... I'm glad you're here.
This is my confused look, Dane.
We're glad you're here. And we have a special guest today, Mr. Dave Ole from 6 Feet Over.
Hey guys, how's it going? Gosh, we were just talking about this earlier. I'm sure we'll hear that phrase a million times tonight. But God, ever since the
Hey, Dave, it's good to see you.
Hey Brian,
it's
you too.
Good times.
How's everything?
My back still hurts from headbanging at our concert, Brian.
Sorry, I didn't mean to throw that in there.
When I headbang, you ask him. When I headbang, I don't just use the neck. It's like the whole body goes. I try and do that '90s Deftones headbanging thing,
right?
Where you like lean down as far as you can go. Sometimes, especially during the awake song.
I think you banged my guitar about 7 times the other night too.
I totally did.
not banged, but
oh yeah, I was gonna say I've never banged a guitar. What is that like?
Have you ever heard that song?
I've only played on the G strings.
I had to tune 3 times. Let's just put it that way.
If you guys don't know, Brian and Ole are in a band together.
Six feet over.
That's not what they
times.
said on Facebook. I think they
times.
called it 6 Feet Under.
Mm-hmm. The first time.
Oof.
But
no, like 7 times.
Oh, did they? The venue.
Big Shits, where you played last?
Big Shots.
Really? Oh, Big Shots. Hey, shout out.
Is that why no one came?
Wait a second. And there goes your sponsorship money, Dave.
Oh, no. Oh, I'm ruined.
Dang, we had arranged for a $10,000 payment.
Oh.
It was
I love
really
you, Big
cool
Shots.
It was actually a really cool venue.
Dude, it's like when you name your kid, right? You start like rhyming things with their name. Like, you know, when you open a place called Big Shots, you're like, oh God, people are probably going to call it Big Shits.
We better have 2 toilets. And they have 2 different sets of restrooms in the fucking place.
Hey, let's talk about something else.
Are we allowed to cuss on this thing or what's?
Yeah. Just let's
keep it semi.
Yeah, try not to be.
Keep it like 80s PG-13.
Gotcha. Oh, so what
does that mean?
Do we got to rip out titties and stuff? Because like, every PG-13 movie from the 80s was you always had to see boobs.
Oh, I know. I'm thinking John Hughes right now. Man,
Oh.
You know what? I actually recently saw 16 Candles, and I was like, I hadn't seen it since I was a kid, and the girlfriend was like, hey, let's go. So we went out, and I didn't realize how much boob was in that movie.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, amazing.
There's a lot of boob in it.
All right, well, let's recap. Let's talk about the boob in 16 Candles. Because in my mind, I don't remember.
Right. I remembered Michael Anthony Hall being the geek.
Yeah.
In every single one of the
was that the one with
movies.
the long duck dong? No, sucky. Was that the one?
Yeah.
The duck is tired.
So racist.
I'm not being racist.
No.
The movie.
The movie was racist, not you.
Doesn't that suck? How like all of our greatest memories of movies now is like completely inappropriate for like the mainstream.
Well, it is,
now.
but you're getting off topic. Let's recap
the
tits.
boobs.
The
boobs.
Bare boobs.
I believe there was a shower scene, and that's where it came from.
Isn't that what they were like trying to get her panties, and like they worked out a deal?
And
he gets the panties or something, and then he shows it to all the geeks like he's the Lord of the Geeks.
Right.
He's like panties, and they're like, oh.
You should watch it again, man. I saw it on the.
I'm totally blanking on that.
Dude, I saw it on the big screen. Those boobs were like 6 feet long. But then I read something today about 6 Feet Over and how that movie kind of, and this was like kind of bummed
16
everybody
Candles.
out. Oh yeah, what did I say?
6 feet over.
6 feet
That'd be
over.
so totally cool if there was a
our movie
made
would
out of
have
us.
so many tits in it.
But it'd all be Ole's.
And Scott's probably.
Stop. I'm getting hard nipples over here, guys.
They're like, this movie's got tits, but not the kind you want to see.
Are you in for a little bit of hair patch around the areola?
And we aren't drinking during this.
Yeah, there's not any Glenlivet on this table right now.
Absolutely not.
Wink. Wait.
My girlfriend's gonna be mad. My ice cubes are.
My ice is all melted too.
So you basically have water and Glenlivet at this point.
You know, the good thing, and if we can get on this topic, this is another thing that I think the Desert Underground should start talking about is whiskeys and the passion for whiskey there is out here in the desert, because we have especially amongst the music, don't you think?
Well, I think so, but Dane is.
Firstly, I hate whiskey.
Drink whiskey, so since it's his show,
I would be happy to talk about the two rums that I enjoy.
Well, okay, so but the one thing that I was getting at is, because I didn't have any ice left, was it's amazing. Like, if you're really a connoisseur of any kind of liquor or scotch or whiskey or rum, is how the flavor, if you really pay attention to it, if you put ice in it, changes if you're sipping it slowly.
And if you happen to be eating dark chocolate and smoking a fine cigar at the same time, you can taste all the bouquet. Okay, Dan, go ahead and change the subject. I know you're just looking
it's
at me
funny.
like I'm crazy.
Funny. You said dark chocolate, and I was like, oh, you know what? I saw a YouTube video earlier about making a chocolate anus.
Really?
Yeah. No, it's this guy, and he's really overly excited about doing it, by the way. But this porn star goes into him. She's like, I really want my anus to be bronzed. And he was like, well, I'm happy to accommodate. And it's like, it's in London, and it's in his house. But he's got like one of the doctor table and the doctor gloves and the scrubs on.
Okay, so all you people listening, check the comments for a YouTube link.
I will, yeah. I will put the link on there. Yeah, no, it's actually, so he ends up making a mold of her anus, and
it makes it a chocolate treat for
Mom,
for her boyfriend for Valentine's Day. Or something.
No, and basically she had it bronzed, and she's like, I'm going to put this on my mantle, and then other ads popped up, right, and it was for how to make chocolates. Basically, I mean, once you've made the mold, you can pour anything on it, right? Presumably,
okay, sure.
Yes, and so they made a chocolate mold out of it, and that's a thing. So there you go.
You can get like chocolate anuses for
Hey guys,
Valentine's Day?
Christmas is coming up.
I just pictured like a new dog song, Dane's Chocolate Anus.
Well, no, and then you know it's
I like to lick my chocolate.
all right.
All right,
This has gone down a dark
good
path.
times.
Literally.
But see what I did there?
I do.
But yeah, I definitely would not do it myself, but I thought it was interesting to watch the little 7-minute documentary on it.
All right,
Things
moving
not
on.
to talk about.
right, yeah.
Talk about man's
Is this a comedy or a
bodily
tragedy?
hair.
Let's write this one down in the tragedy.
I just feel like my job as guest host is to move us on from this topic now.
Good job.
Thank you. See,
Wow.
so I did
Damn, bro.
Music.
I'll drink some water to that.
Why are we pretending that our scotch is water?
Dane's mom is listening.
Does she still think he's 12? Like, is everything okay? with Mom?
Plus, Matt isn't here, so he's probably really jealous when he hears that. Sat here and he's like, I knew that was the wrong day.
Love you, Matt.
Well, I think we have like $48 worth of booze on the table right now.
All right, hey, I need to move this along because I have so much to talk about from this weekend.
Oh, okay. Let's get to it.
We really got to cover some ground here. Now, anyone listening that doesn't live in our little town in Ridgecrest, California, up in the high desert, you may not know, but we have quite the musical community here. And that musical community is starting to branch out. And I'm impressed, and I'm very happy for all my friends. If you listen to the podcast recently, I think it was episode 3, we had Ryan Smith on. He's in a band called the Duendes.
Is it the Duendes or just is Duendes?
You know what? I've seen it billed as both.
I think they keep it mysterious on purpose.
Yeah,
so we'll
and I
talk
think
about
that's
it.
their thing. They're like, ooh, keep people guessing.
Did they ever explain to you what the hell a Duende is?
It's a demon. I think Matt.
I thought it was a scrotal piercing.
It might be. No,
The
that's
duende? You sent me the pictures. Didn't it have a duende piercing on it?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Okay, and again, we just went down another dark path.
So they ended up doing a show in Hollywood this last weekend at a place called The Study, and it looked badass. I don't know if you saw any photos.
It looked like a really cool venue.
It's like a venue, but inside it looks like a library. It might be a library. I don't know. I didn't go.
Were they real books?
They were real books.
Cool.
And real hipsters in there pretending to read them.
Big mustaches and IPAs for everybody.
Oh, double IPAs.
No, it looked seriously
chocolate flavored double IPAs.
Seriously though, that looked like a really cool venue.
No, it looked badass, and I was a little jealous that I didn't go. I did have a ticket, but I didn't feel like going because let me recap my night before. I went to Irvine to see
Irvine. Spoiled brats in Irvine. Irvine.
I went to see Flogging Molly and Dropkick Murphys. Not in that order, though.
A big Irish rock bonanza.
It was a Irish rock banana. You're right.
That's awesome.
It's a banana.
Oh, bonanza.
Bonanza.
Oh, bonana. Am I saying? I feel like I'm saying it right. And maybe you're saying it wrong.
It's bonanza.
Dan, how was the show?
Well, I got my jig on at 40,000 feet up in the bleachers. It was really fun to watch them on TV the whole time.
All right, so the question of the day is, would you prefer to see Flogging Molly and Dropkick Murphys live in concert from the nosebleed seats, or to see the Shillelaghs reproduce their songs from the front row?
Ooh, that's tough.
I know my choice.
That's tough.
It's not tough because I already know the answer, and that is, as long as the band is covering it precisely, which the Shillelaghs do, then yes, I would much rather see the Shillelaghs do it, for 400 or 500 people.
The reason why I said it was tough is because I would have to choose between being in the front watching them and possibly getting invited up to sing with them, which if you haven't had that opportunity.
Right, yeah. I got to play with them one time.
It's incredible. It's so amazing. I remember when we first got started and they were playing at Partners and they invited me and you up, Brian, to play with them, and that was just like one of the most amazing. It was like we were like the new kids kind of cutting our teeth in the music industry, and then Josh was like, "Hey man, you guys want to come up and sing a song with us or whatever?" I'm like, "Hell yeah, man!" I was studying, I was getting the words written down. I was like, I was only going to sing one verse.
Which, if you don't know Dave, that's a new thing for him.
So
I get what you're saying about that being. I've been to some gigs where even though there were great bands that I was dying to see them, being so far away that you're looking at these little they almost look like stick figures from the distance. You're like, oh, that was really good. I got to watch them on the Jumbotron. I could have done
exactly. Yeah. And I saw Flogging Molly 12 years ago in a little tiny club of like 300 people, and it was so amazing. And there was no barricade, no bouncers, no giant stage effects. It was just literally this little turd stage in the middle of Seattle and 7 band members just rocking out with no room. It was basically Fury's stage.
Right.
Do you think that there's a thing to that Jumbotron thing? You think people lose the artists? Do you think they lose a little bit of everything? Because I was reading this thing about how people at Cowboys Stadium, I forget where it's at in Dallas. Is it Dallas? It must be Dallas Cowboys. But like,
I thought you meant the Wyoming Cowboys.
The Jumbotron or whatever is so huge, and so everyone can see it from everywhere that no one actually watches the field.
I get it. You go and you pay $400 to go to this game with your son, and then you sit there, the two of you watching
a giant screen
TV,
which you could have got 3 feet from your giant screen TV and done the same experience,
or at the sports bar or whatever. Yeah, no, I totally get that. Now, with bands, I don't know. I haven't really been to a lot of concerts where I was like looking at the big screen to watch a band, because you still. I mean, I guess it depends on the band.
I went to Knotfest last year, and I was fortunate enough to get not.
Is that like a bunch of Don Knott imitators?
No. It was supposed to be Slipknot, but I guess what's the other band that the dude does?
Not Slipknot.
Not Slipknot. God, I'm gonna have Alzheimer's.
Evanescence.
No, the lead singer Corey is in this other band, and they played. I can't remember that. People are like screaming it right now listening to this podcast or whatever.
It's okay. Nobody listens to this podcast.
But stop it. Oh, stop.
For all those listening, thank you.
For you guys out there, whoever's screaming, if you could call in right now.
Hugs.
You could win a prize. Just call in the next 5 minutes.
Just call in. The number.
No, but seriously,
the number is.
Did you feel the same thing though?
So I'm watching. I'm close enough to actually see kind of like the outline of faces and stuff, and I can recognize the different people in the bands or whatever. But I find myself turning my head 90 degrees to look up at the Jumbotron, and I'm asking myself, and I actually had this conversation in my head with myself, am I turning to the TV because I was raised with TV, and like, is it easier for me to look at the TV than it is for me to like have a real
like
interaction with like watch what's happening right in front of me, and it's weird, and I think that there's a question there with like cell phones.
Let me ask you guys this:
How
do you guys feel about that? If you're at a concert or a sporting event or whatever, and half of the crowd is holding their cell phone,
ban the phones
to video the event that they should have watched live.
Ban the phones.
Yeah, so
ban the phones.
I'm guilty. I raise the phone up once in a while. I have
for lighting effect or to record.
Well, to record.
Oh.
Because, everyone wants a bootleg. Anyway, what I do is for me personally, I hate the people that do it the whole show.
Mm-hmm.
I will do it for one song, maybe two at most. I did a little bit more for Primus recently because their light show is insane. And I have a guy that I'm friends with who does lights, and I kind of wanted to show him some things he could do with them. And so there was like a purpose to it. On the other hand, I usually hold it up for a whole song because I just want to have something for me. And then once that's over, I just put it away. Maybe take a few photos here and there. And then
so you're like one of the good guys.
Well, I'm not. I'm still guilty.
Yeah,
but I'm less guilty.
I think we talked about this the other day. It's like
put me in jail. Don't throw me in prison.
It'd be okay if there's some people doing it with their phones, but it's a guy that goes out there and holds his tablet up. Oh
yeah,
it's just blocking everybody's
ridiculous.
view. So you just gotta slap it.
It's just ridiculous. Like technology's getting stupid. Like I remember when phones, they were like, "Oh, check this out! Remember the big phones we used to have? Now we got these tiny little freaking things. You flip it open and it fits in the palm of your hands." But we're going back now.
I know. I just saw that Apple's releasing a giant.
Yeah, it's like bigger than the original car cell phones that were attached to the battery.
So actually, the Misfits had a concert recently in Hollywood, and I know for a fact that they had little pouches that you put your phone into, and it's a little device that magnetically locks the pouch. You can hold on to your phone, but it's in their pouch.
No kidding.
And you cannot pull your phone out of it unless you go outside to the lobby of the venue, put it in their little machine to unlock the pouch, and then you can use your phone.
So do you think that's for to just keep people from videoing, or is it just an anti-bootleg device?
Both. I think, first off, the Misfits, as much as I love them and love their history and where their place in punk rock and horror punk and all that.
They're not a really good band.
No, they're not. But I enjoy the their place in punk history. I really liked their music to a point. But I understand it is shit, and it's come on, that's Danzig, man. That's when he was more refined.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But they are. I don't know if you know anyone that has anything with the Misfits logo on it. I don't think it's that popular. Yeah, okay.
I know.
You can't throw a rock without hitting a Misfit logo somewhere.
Sure, and it's not
all about money.
Okay,
now.
So the other side
anti-punk.
of that, the other side of that, I hate to do it because everybody knows me for this, but Pearl Jam, my favorite band.
Never heard of them.
Yeah. So those guys, every single show that they put on, every tour, they release a bootleg of the show. They record it and put it out. They give it away. All the fans, there's no charge. Everybody can have it. Everyone can listen to it.
System of a Down did that whole Still This album.
Yeah, and it's totally free.
Weird Al just did 174 tours or shows on a tour and released every single one the same day.
So his mom has a lot of music, right? Like Weird Al's mom is like, I've got it all, Junior.
He goes, we recorded the entire tour. Here it is. And it's like, dude, I'm not going to go through all that.
That's overload.
I would love to, though.
God.
But I guess, I know this guy who's really big into They Might Be Giants. Now, if they did that, this guy might literally listen to every single one.
I am in their fan club.
I've got a guilty pleasure for Ace of Base, so like, yeah, like it was a growing part of my life, and like there were such nostalgic and awesome things happening.
You know what I
Ace
assume
of Base was in
happened
the
is
background.
he saw a sign that said like Ace of Base.
Right, he saw this.
And he opened up his eyes.
All right, since we're on guilty pleasures, all right, I'm going to say this. I'm going to go ahead and put this out here. First time on the Dane podcast.
Yes, do it.
I am a fan of the Bee Gees.
Oh, man, that's like
fucking love them, man. I don't know why.
That's like me saying, "Hey, I have a guilty pleasure, guys. I like Eric Clapton's guitar playing.
Hey,
He's really good."
Hey, sing me some Bee Gees, man.
It's your love, it's your love. I can't do it. I have a cold, so my singing voice isn't up to par today.
And we just had our thing.
All right, Oli, let's hear it. Give me a guilty pleasure, man.
Another guilty pleasure?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
Don't say Milli Vanilli, because...
So I grew up all Christian. My parents, I went to church. I'm born again Christian. I accepted Jesus into my life. We had, I forget what the name of the really popular band was, but like I'd be mad at my parents for like disciplining me for some Christian stuff or whatever, and I'd go for a run. I had my Walkman with a tape, and it was like I forget what the name of the band was, but they were like the big Christian rock and roll band. And it was
this is like Striper, right?
It was this one song, and it was like
hell with the devil.
I'm running, and I'm mad at my parents, and I'm singing, "This is my creed, the witness I have heard, the faith that has endured," in this Nelson sort of.
All right, so wait a second. This is new for me. We actually have a guy on here who can sing. So.
Hey, Josh can sing from last week, but he felt the need not to.
So we should do that. We should have a little Dave sing along.
Let's have a sing along.
So you know what? We have
I saw the sun,
and it opened up my eyes. I saw the sun. No,
So-
bag it up.
You are something.
Oh Jesus! Actually, my ultimate guilty pleasure. Well, now that rap has taken such a dive down the freaking crap tunnel.
Okay, I'm a Tupac fan. I'll say that.
Tupac, all the way.
He's
God,
the
I
man.
would love to.
He's the man.
Oh my God! When I was young and white, I was scared of that shit. Now that I'm old and white, I'm like, you little kids and your little freaking bubblegum.
What y'all know about
rap
Tupac?
artists, you don't know shit. It's just like I would trade anything to go back and just be like, Tupac, don't make Biggie mad at you.
Don't go to the casino.
Don't go to the casino. Run for your life. Get some help. That's a Dave Chappelle reference. Sorry.
All right, so do we have things we're actually going to talk
So
about?
hold on.
We're just rambling.
Hold on, I feel inclined to jump in here and tell you guys my guilty pleasure since nobody asked.
Sorry, Skilo. The other one was Skilo.
Okay,
Go ahead.
God, I thought he was gonna say snow.
I memorized. So
He licked
much
your
of
boom
Skilo.
boom down. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
Informer. So mine is actually I get into synth pop a lot. So I really dig New Order.
Dude, so like New Order is one of the top 5 of my favorite all time bands. That doesn't make that guilty pleasure.
Okay, but
just fucking.
But
great.
in my littler circle, it's like everyone knows. Like I love NoFX, Bad Religion, Rancid, Social Distortion. I'm like punk rock through and through, Misfits, Anarchy,
New Order.
and then. Every time I see you falling, I get down on my knees and pray.
It's really, that is one of the best fucking all-around albums ever made. Every song is good.
Feel it, and it's, you know what it is? It's the synthesizers.
Yeah.
I love to synthesize.
So does Depeche Mode do it too?
No, you know, if I hear that People song one more fucking time, I'm gonna blow my head off because I hate it so much. I hear it all the time. It's the big Depeche Mode one they play on the radio.
I feel like you might be over-exaggerating it.
I over-exaggerated a little.
Just a
my
little
head,
bit.
my head is going to be fine. I don't even have an instrument of death that would do that. But I would like to point out that I'm not a huge Depeche Mode fan. Now, I understand they were good.
They had some great songs.
But I just can't. And I'm not. I like Pet Shop Boys.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
You know,
I can't like sing any of them, but I remember listening. I'm like, who is this?
They did a cover of a
awesome.
Willie
Wait,
Nelson
was
song
Depeche
called
Mode the Reach Out and Touch Faith? Song?
Yes.
Is that them?
Yes.
I like the Marilyn Manson cover.
Reach out and touch faith.
Your own personal pizzas. Yeah.
So, Pet Shop Boys, they did a cover of a Willie Nelson song called "You Are Always on My Mind," and it's just
I have heard
it's
that.
just a fucking great cover.
It is a great cover.
I mean, not that I really loved the original, but I heard the cover and I said, "Wow, this is just
You
that's a
are
great song."
always on my mind.
Yeah, but more synth poppy.
No, I was doing the Willie Nelson thing.
Right.
Sorry.
No, I can tell. That's why I was saying.
It sounded kind of like Alvin does the Willie Nelson version.
I did tell you I screamed my voice out on our concert 2 nights ago.
Oh, so where were we? We're in the middle of speaking about the Duendes.
The Duendes.
then
And we haven't even got to Rock the Relay 2 or our concert. This is going to be a good one, man.
You can't say it. It's like the chick that doesn't know she's hot, man. You can't say it.
Sorry.
You have to just be oblivious. That's hotter to everybody.
I feel like we need to get
sorry,
clarification on the Duendes, though. I think, and whether or not.
So,
actually-
hey, callers, if you could call in and let us know what you think the name
1-800
actually
The
is.
Duendes, or just comment below.
And if you get a chance, check them out on Spotify and iTunes.
Hell yeah. While you're at it, check
what
us
do you-
out.
what do you got
Tell all
right-
your friends about us on SoundCloud.
What do you got rattling around there and throwing on your face there, Brian?
It was some fine scotch. It's now running down my cheek, Dane. Trying to remind you of Saturday night. I got that on Matt's headphones. He's going to be pissed.
Oh, no, it's okay.
Oh no, he'll probably lick them. He'll lick them and be like,
is
I can
true.
taste the Glen.
Hi, Matt. I'm in your
Glen Reddit.
seat and I'm drinking.
Oh, I just, this is the first time, I don't know if this is new to you guys, but I know you hate Scotch, Dane, but the Glen, I was reading the label on
I
this
love
one.
their tape.
The tape.
Scotch tape is
If
pretty
it's not
good.
Scottish, it's crap.
The Glen Levitt is
Aye,
the
Glen
river,
Levitt.
the river Levitt. A Glen is like a slow
So
flowing
I
river.
went and saw
Crickets.
Flogging Molly and Dropkick Murphys. Great show, but I was a little far away, not into it. Great sound though, so that was part of it. But they could have just been playing a CD and jumping around on stage for all I know.
This was at 5 Points Amphitheater?
Yeah. Came home that night, got home around 3, and the next day, Rock the Relay 2.
Go Nino.
Yeah.
Which I'm bad at this, but is it for Race for the Cure or Relay for
It's
Life?
for Relay for Life.
Relay for Life.
I knew it was something
and
like
it's
that.
for it's cancer. It's not the
Yeah.
pro life.
It's Nino's. He's got a
Initiative.
team for the Relay for Life, thing.
Right.
And it's their way to raise funds for their, just via their team.
Right, because
He has a team.
Yeah.
It's his team that all goes towards. It's the USA can't. I forget what it was.
We actually played that show last year when
yeah.
when the first time it came around. Obviously,
When I Come Around.
Oh, that reminds me. Oh my god, dude.
and now we've gone off topic
Oh my
one more
god,
time.
no, we've gone off topic. Hey, guest host, you just sit right there. So we've got this game. and
Planet Brian.
It totally makes work so much better because it's like work is so boring. So we have this thing. If somebody says a phrase,
Just kidding. We love you, work.
we love
we
your
don't want to get
paychecks.
fired, so Dave's going to censor himself.
No. It's great. But we have this thing that's totally doesn't take away from our productivity at work because we love working and being productive. But what happens?
What do you do for a job? Do you lift weights?
No.
Because it looks like that's your job.
Well, that's just because I'm trying to keep my head at the microphone level, and the chair is very rigid.
He's like bulking up.
Back, and I'm like holding the table.
Anyway,
Let's talk about work. So we got this real quick. We got this game at work, and it's if somebody says something during the course of professional speak for our job that says a phrase or something, and it reminds somebody else of a song, and they can sing that line of the song that it reminds them of, and 2 or more people agree that it's a legitimate connection between the thing. We got a running tally, and
you just did docking station when you said that.
I was just going to say, because I just saw that sign.
what sign? Jolly Roger.
Did it open up your eyes?
Oh, Jesus.
You're so gullible.
Anyway, I'm at 16 points. I'm actually losing.
That's like 16 candles.
Yeah. I'm at
All
16
right, so
points.
Rock the Relay 2.
So they raised a bunch of money. They haven't come out with the official number yet. He said it was like 500 tickets, which puts it around $5,000 just starting out with the tickets.
Oh, fantastic.
Not to mention anything else.
There was a couple raffles. There was T-shirt sales.
Don't.
There was
Disclaimer, I owe Antoinette for a T-shirt.
I didn't get a T-shirt.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm care.
Sad.
Okay.
Better get it in now.
I actually got hit up before it started. One of my friends works for an organization. It's the women's shelter, and she was like, "Hey, who do I get in contact with for to get a booth? Because we want to set up a booth at the thing or whatever."
Now that, not to change the subject, but while we're on it, why didn't we not play that show this year?
Oh, because we had our own concert that night.
Oh, I see what you did there.
I was thinking that
you dog.
I was thinking that maybe Nino didn't invite us this year. Did we get dissed, or we were already booked, or we were told?
We were already booked.
Okay.
Nino talked. Actually,
do we need to get Nino?
Actually, it was me.
You guys?
I think there's a controversy.
It was
brewing.
actually. I talked to him at the hospital. He's a security guy at the hospital as well. He does a great job.
Okay.
He walks around looking very intimidating with his ponytail around the hospital. I'm like, excuse me, nurse, shouldn't you have a mask on? Oh, Nino, what's going on, bro? Don't edit that out. Do not edit that out. I want him to hear it.
This is good pod.
So we didn't. You talked on
my podcast as a tool.
Nino. No, but yeah, he was telling me. He was like, yeah, the 29th, and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah.
The 29th. We already got that booked out of town, bro. And he's like, oh, well, hey.
But did you call him bro? Because did you really say bro?
Well, that was him.
How often in a day do you say bro?
He does say bro. He does say bro a lot.
Yeah, but how often during a daytime?
If I'm misquoting the Neen, as I like to call him,
let's
the Neen.
Let's take a poll. How many times during the day do you say bro, Dean?
Oh, bro, every 5 minutes. Clearly.
Okay, I'm a 0.
Yeah,
Dave?
yeah. You say brother
when you
chalet,
but
you chalet.
No, but you always walk in and you're like Hulk Hogan, man. Every time you come over to my cubicle, you're like,
brother.
Let me tell you something, brother. And I'm like, whoa, calm down, dude. It's like 7:30 in the morning.
Don't body slam me right now.
I like coffee, all right? Coffee.
Can we wait till after morning break? Bro, I think...
Before me and my algorithms run over you.
That must be something you guys have a
how many times
joke.
How many bros?
To be honest, I got to say at least once a day.
I'm gonna body slam these computers,
but it's mostly like a.
We'll see you on the 29th.
It's mostly like a sarcastic thing, though. If somebody says something, oh, you really, bro?
Eat your vitamins and say your prayers, brother.
So I didn't get to. We were playing, so I didn't get to go out. But there was the Shillelaghs played, Dumpster Mummy played.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna name bands now.
Yeah, well, let's do the.
Dane, can you stand up? Can we read the back of your shirt?
Yeah, Dane's actually wearing the T-shirt. So who else was there? There was
So Seeing Ravens was the first band. Nino is the singer, and you all right there? So Dave is learning to become a Foley artist. If you don't know what a
full-time alcoholic as well.
My girlfriend's going to listen to this podcast. She told me she gave me specific directions.
She handed me the Glenlivet and said, do not drink this.
Drink too much.
So Seeing Ravens was the first band.
Which is why she dropped me off. And I have no vehicle to drive home for. Don't drive home drunk, kids.
Anyway,
Seeing Ravens.
So Seeing Ravens was the first band. That was Nino singing, from what I understand. It was good. It was like 5 originals. I didn't make it out for that. I was recovering from flogging Molly. The next band was Plan X. They were decent. Then Jade's Trick. Holy crap.
I heard they were excellent.
Shout out to Celeste.
Dude, they did a punk song, and I was like, I hope they don't go that route because I'm going to quit my punk band. because they're really. They are the real deal. Those dudes can shred.
They've got skills, dude. They've been around for a while.
They were, we were talking about that, how we were sort of like, I remember the first time I got to this, I was this town about 18 years ago. I remember 60 Cycle Hum. They were like the rock sort of, the newer kind of rock. They were about ready to go famous. They were going to go and do some stuff or whatever.
I think those are the guys that were in Seeing Ravens. I think that's that band with Nino singing.
Oh yeah, because I think Nino was part of that for a while. Yeah. But then it was like, then when I got in the music scene, I found out there was like Station Street, and you had and then the Barstool Saints.
Driving 395.
They were great.
I kind of feel, I always have thought that 6 Feet Over was like we got together and it was like the third generation of building on like starting to make our little desert town sort of this music
absolutely
mecca.
So speaking of it, to carry on with that, you mentioned the Barstool Saints. And those guys, the current incarnation of them is Kill 'Em with Kerosene.
Right. And they played at the show?
Those guys rock. I saw them at Furious Hut one night. And they blew the doors off.
We opened for them one time, and we were sold, man. Everybody in Dog, my band, was like, well, we need to do more shows with them.
We got to practice.
No.
I love it.
No, we're not into that. That sounds like work. No, we're more into let's have fun. Sorry, Scott. No, we've talked about it. We're gonna start practicing.
Holy shit!
What a concept!
Sorry, dude, I can't practice. I haven't rode 100 miles on my bike yet today.
So
just kidding, Scott.
we were like,
awesome.
We were like, oh man, dude, Kill 'Em with Kerosene is awesome. They were so badass.
Yeah, they're great. And I really liked them.
And they got a badass singer. They got a badass bass player, guitar player, drummer.
I heard they're just tight. I heard they're just freaking really. You know,
they're like 6 feet over, but different. I don't know how to put that.
Well, what are you trying to say?
They're kind of like they have the same kind of edgy stuff we got.
You can't say. They got a chick singer, Dave.
No. Well, we have a chick singer.
See, I knew it. I fucking knew it. If I opened it up to you, God.
She's just hotter than you. That's all I can say. No, when I say that,
you're hot.
I mean, like they're.
I appreciate that, Dave.
They have that edge.
I mean, not in the traditional way.
They have the edge like we have, but they a little different.
Well, they take themselves seriously.
I tell you what,
it's a little more punk
the pictures from the Rock the Relay, and I was just like, damn, fuck, I wish I would have seen that shit.
They tear it up, dude.
They look like they pour themselves into their.
I was thinking before that they would be a great band for us to gig with, other than the fact that we would
all sing the same songs.
Our music might be.
Oh, is that we're not supposed to say that?
No, I would like to play with you guys too,
dude. Dog, 6 feet, Kill 'Em with Kerosene.
Yes,
bro.
That was supposed to be the Halloween show, but we have
that'll be a cover band.
We have internal issues with that. Shh.
Oh, hey.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Nobody listens to this.
No, but seriously, I mean, I think you guys actually have talked. I think, Brian, when you were on this podcast the first time, you were talking about how when you were coming up in Hollywood and LA, how the music scene was just so aggressive and like fuck everyone else, we're the shit, F you, we'll fight you afterwards, I dare you to come to our after party kind of thing.
But they sounded less dumb and old timey.
Well, I'm trying to do what they would sound like now.
Hey, you kids. You little whippersnapper bullshit.
Bro.
Artist.
But like, bro. With everyone like.
They were less Jewy.
No, you're right. That doesn't happen in the scene that we have out here. Everyone
here just supports everyone.
Yeah,
and that is one thing that I wanted. I was like literally, oh my God. I was raised by my mom.
How many times a day do you say literally?
Bro.
My first wife was a Valley girl. like literally
Dude,
is part of my.
My mom's from Riverside, so like I grew up around that.
like
totally. Like really, bro?
Like in the Valley?
Shaw.
I can't have balls flying at my nose.
Anyway,
that's my mom.
So.
Well, not inviting Oli over anymore.
Right, but what I love about it is that like we all show up to everyone else's shows when we can.
Yeah,
when
did you enjoy all the dog shows? Yeah.
Dude, I was on the for people who don't know, I'm a reservist, Navy sailor. I'm a chief in the Navy.
Talk about balls flying at your face.
Oh man! And I was on orders. I was on orders, and I was out of town. I was actually in Whidbey Island, Washington, serving my country, preserving freedom, so that y'all could play your devil music in the midst of a Christian pagan society.
You were doing some other stuff too, but we won't get into it.
So,
anyways.
Kill 'Em with Kerosene, and the last band was the Shillelaghs. That's Josh's band.
Oh, God, yeah.
And Matt's band, who I'm sitting in for. And those guys they're just...
He's still recovering. That's why he's not here.
They're just literally...
We had a wee bit to drink that night.
They're just literally a great Irish party band.
So
you can't help but have fun at their shows. Every time... And I don't do this, man. I am not a dancer, and I am not a...
And you do not want to see him dance either.
But I swear to God, every time I've been to the Shillelaghs, I've been out there spinning around and jumping around. Just you can't help it.
They are great.
They're so much fun.
You know, and I love Dumpster Mummy and Jade's Trick.
Hey, who's the guitar player for Dumpster Mummy? Sorry for interrupting.
I don't know, but that dude can
Ryan
wail,
Woods.
man.
Dude, I had a
shreds,
conversation today at work with a lady whose husband was in one of the earlier bands as a guitar player, and I said, whoa, Dumpster Mummy, don't let that name fool you. She said she was leaving right as they were coming on, and she heard a Joe Satriani thing, and she was like, oh my God, that sounds like I'm listening to a CD.
The guy wails.
Like he could, and I made this comment. I said, I have heard that he could be one of the technically best guitar players in the Valley.
In our scene, I would say.
In our scene. Like, the dude is amazing.
He plays this Ernie Ball 7-string, the Music Man. Oh, dude, that thing, he is just, he has such control over it. And I'm like, yeah, I can do bar chords.
Yeah, like the dude
and I can't even do them all.
Incredible.
I agree
you
with
look at his girlfriend and you watch his fretboard work with his fingers, you're like, now I get it.
That was a weird statement.
I think you're going to have to
Hi, Ryan. How are you? This is a shout out to Ryan.
You might have to edit that part out.
But it just, we don't edit. So basically.
Sorry, bro. You got great finger work.
So I was at the show and, being like a punk rocker, kind of, I appreciate all music because I'm a musician. But on the other hand, I fall asleep really easily.
Narcolepsy?
No, just if you start playing slow music, I'm like Snooze Town, USA, man.
Gotcha.
And by slow music, I mean it's technically amazing. So Dumpster Mummy came out and played 3 Rush songs. And I'm not into prog rock at all, but I know the songs, and I was like, okay, I know this, but
dude, for me, it's like so.
Yeah,
because
for me, a band that can play Red Barchetta and pull it off is just my hat's off to them.
But
holy
from a musical point of view, dude,
from a musical point of view, Dumpster Mummy is insanely good, but just that's my opinion.
Sure, yeah.
I don't get into between all the bands that played, not Kerosene and not Kerosene and not the Shillelaghs, but what are you doing?
Brian was holding the back of his chair like he was about ready to get up and deck you. And his forearm muscle was twitching. I was just like, Brian, are you okay?
Someone just caressed me. That's all I'm going to say, and I'll leave it at that.
I just wanted to point out that you were twitching. Is everything okay, bro?
Mad love to Dumpster Mummy is all I'm saying. I'm not trying to talk crap about them.
Like,
I absolutely love those guys.
And a 3-piece.
Exactly. And
awesome.
They play like a 3.5 piece.
Okay, so
because Nino sings.
So also this weekend, while that was all going on, the Duendes was playing in Hollywood. The Rock the Relay was here in town. It was just a ton of great bands. The Kern River Rock and Blues Fest was happening.
Where was that happening at?
It was actually at the Kern River Day.
Shouts out to the sound guys, Scott and Mark.
It was
Did you see the 60 Grit band? I think they were playing.
I did. They were playing the VIP thing, and I had to work, so I got there late. But I saw the band. The headliner was these guys. They're called the Delgado Brothers. They're I think they were, what were they? They're a 4-piece band out of East LA, and they were just these guys have been together. I think the bass player, he was announcing the birth dates and going through them all. I think the bass player was like 71. The lead guitarist was late 60s, but this guy was just voted the 2017 Blues Guitarist of the Year.
Wow,
dude, he was they were freaking amazing. And it's just
totally cool.
Like your standard kind
they
of.
They give that award to everybody.
Yeah,
yeah, I don't think so, man.
All I can say, it was great. So I mean, great weekend for music, and then we played Saturday down in Lancaster. Another good weekend. I hope that the scene keeps growing big enough that everybody's playing somewhere. All the time.
I wasn't playing anywhere.
Yeah, other than except for Dane.
I'm all talking crap about everybody else.
Man, you got to see Flogging Molly, man.
But I did get to play on stage with the Shillelaghs. That was really nice.
Oh, hell yeah. Tell me about that. Jeez. Just brag on yourself. Your mom's listening, for God's sakes. Jesus.
So,
do I sound like the Edward Norton character in Rounders? Jesus, God, fucking tell us about something. Jesus, come on.
They hired the redneck in me.
What the fuck was that?
I get some flashbacks that are crazy, man. When I hear something come out of my own mouth, I can call myself out on something.
It wasn't even close to Edward Norton.
I know.
In my mind, it totally was. Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who don't know me,
Edward Norton Rounders is this. Women are the rake.
They are the fucking rake.
There you go.
Oh, you. So they hired me to play my rednecky spoons. So I play the spoons for the Shillelaghs. You're looking at me like an idiot.
Is there a band in town besides mine that you haven't played spoons for?
Or is
Zeticus?
Really?
Haven't played spoons for them.
What about
that's got to happen.
The Whatevers?
I've spooned with them.
No
all
way.
Of them. All of them.
You were allowed to get in on some spoonage with.
Oh yeah. Well, because their old spooner left the band.
What?
And they needed a new person to spoon with.
I did not know.
That's where the big cuddly teddy bear Dane walks in.
What happened?
They're like, ooh,
tattoos and spoons.
I don't want to get into rumors.
They're like, you know what? This guy's way more hardcore. He's going to bring in the younger crowd.
Right.
He might bring in the big eater crowd, which is cool.
Right. Plus, he comes built in with a song about a cafe.
If we can bleach our beards, we might have a whole bunch of young Santas going around for Christmas time, huh?
So yeah, I played spoons for the Shillelaghs on stage last night. They weren't going to play Wagon Wheel because they hate playing it, but everybody loves
Johnson City, a Tennessee.
Yeah. So I was like, cool. Well, Brian's not here, so I'll just play spoons to What's Left of the Flag. And so I get on stage, and everybody was like, all right, cool. And I get on stage, and I get the mic ready, and I start getting the spoons warmed up, and someone starts playing Wagon Wheel. It's like, you assholes.
They tricked us. They tricked us.
Oh, they tricked us.
So funny story about the Shillelaghs and Dane's guitar. Oh, it was a
Virgin guitar at the time.
There was a music
by the way.
festival. Dane had just bought himself a brand new guitar. Had never seen the light of a stage, and there it was, sitting on stage, waiting for Dane to play.
Tuned perfectly tuned 4 different times.
And the Shillelaghs invited me, of all people, to come up on stage and play along with them. So,
what guitar did you grab, Brian?
Well, being that I wasn't slightly unprepared, and there was a guitar just sitting there, and I know how much Dane loves me.
It was tuned up and everything.
I just kind of grabbed it.
Ready.
Not only did I grab it, but I didn't have a pick, so I just like, fuck it, I'm going to play with my finger.
With my Coke fingernail?
I played with my finger. And so the first thing I did was cut myself on his string and bleed all over his Virgin guitar. And then rocked. I did the whole fucking 6 feet over, I'm jamming up here thing. And then I found out that there was no mic on the amplifier. So I basically air guitared for the Shillelagh set. And then poor Dane's guitar was totally fucked. It was out of tune. It was all bloody.
No, he played it so hard with his finger. We ended up in drop D somehow.
Sorry, buddy.
On one song.
Oh my God.
Sorry, I did that.
He's like,
I'm sorry,
I can't hear myself. I got to hit the strings harder with my fingernail.
Sorry, I did it. I'm sorry I had to keep reliving it.
Yeah.
So we've managed to get through a couple of the
We should bury that story and never talk about it again.
No, it's out there forever now.
Well, now it's been told, so I'll not bring it up again.
Oh, that's what I love about these things. This long form conversation is just it's better than going to a priest. It's like you think you're private with a priest and you can barely get out. Oh, I masturbated 6 times last week, Father, whatever. And like with these freaking with these podcasts, it's going to go out to anyone who can listen to it. But some of the coolest stories come out of it. You know what I'm saying?
How's your tasty beverage doing, man?
Everything's fine.
So
we haven't even got to our concert yet.
Speaking of tasty beverages.
Like,
wait a minute. You played a show?
Yeah. Oh,
wait a minute.
6 Feet Over played a show. I thought we were going to get through this in 15 minutes, man. Like, seriously. There it goes.
Let me try. I want to try. I'm the only one who hasn't done it.
Yeah. Listen to this.
Oh, man.
And now Dane will uncork a Scotch bottle. Oh no, you got to pull that last part out to make it go thump. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Oh, that's stinky.
It makes the alcohol taste better. It's peaty. It's
peaty. You can't cheers yourself. Yeah. Cheers him. Oh.
It sounded so good, didn't it sound?
Oh, that's beautiful.
So,
wait, you played a show?
We sure did.
Oh, you played at Big Shits.
We did. Big Shots.
Oh, right.
Big Shots.
Hi, Big Shots.
There goes your sponsor money again.
So
twice in one night.
I believe a wealthy club owner wanted to open a bar grill, and he went out and he's
How
like,
wealthy? I need money.
I'd say a millionaire.
Well, if you don't call him, if you don't like,
I know he was going to give you some
about his venue, yeah.
Well, and he went out in the middle of Lancaster somewhere. He's like, where are the most sirens?
Yeah, can I find the sketchiest
Can I find
building?
the most sketchiest place to have a music venue?
Lancaster, California, right? Not Pennsylvania.
Right, correct.
And
hey, we have listeners in Australia. We need to explain this stuff.
Well, okay, yeah. So it's like he went to the. Let's see, we're going south.
It's an outskirt of LA.
It's west.
It's in LA County, right?
It's off of Avenue I. It's west. It's out by Antelope Valley High School.
So it was. He's right. It was a sketchy.
It's sketchy.
But I drove by it once. I was
But
like,
a great venue. I mean,
really
inside,
good venue.
It's a cool venue. It was a fun place to play.
It looks
food.
cool.
The crowd was cool. The food was great. I mean, the bouncers were on their job, so it wasn't like I wasn't like afraid of being shot or anything.
Not at all.
Like
did you guys make enough
other
money
places.
to pay for gas to come back?
We did. We actually did okay. And they came with a built-in Leica. They had a kick-ass.
Oh my God!
Their stage had a kick-ass light setup, and they had a built-in Leica who did it for us.
Yeah, Clint.
Wow.
Clint.
It was cool.
Wow.
Yeah, and he did everything himself. And then, like, even Greg wanted his spotlight so he could see his fretboard.
Yeah.
And the dude was like, at any time he could, spotlight on Greg.
And smoke to keep
Smoke.
to keep Sandy happy. There
Greg?
was plenty of smoke.
Who's Greg?
Greg Willock, who will probably never listen to this, is our lead guitar player ever.
Well, he's not coming on then.
No, I would love for him to. I would love to hear him. I would be here in the background and like duct tape my mouth closed just to listen to what he would have to say.
Greg's actually got some pretty crazy
I know.
stories.
I'd love to talk to him, but he's not here. You guys are.
You got to try and get him. If you could get him, dude.
You gotta stop with that. Hey, this is live, man. You can't do that. You can't drink on air.
Sorry, man.
Well, there's 3 microphones here, so try editing all that. All the tinks out. Ooh, the tinks.
We are gonna have the Love and War guys on here pretty soon.
I will say this: we kind of have. We kind of have this thing wherever we go where we're kind of like feel we're going to a new place because anytime we go to Lancaster, it's
Going to Luke's isn't a new place.
Luke's.
I'm kidding. Go on.
Sorry. So we went to the Britisher,
I'm gonna drink some more.
and you're almost out. You need to refill that this time with leaded
So you
stuff.
went to the Britisher.
So we played at the Britisher.
Hey, you went to the
before,
Britisher.
And Brian and I actually went down
$25.
2 weeks before we had our Britisher gig, and just to see the raw hunger for music of the people that were there, it was like
shout out to a band called This Place Is a Zoo.
This Place
Those
Is a
guys
Zoo.
Still,
Oh
they
my
fucking
God.
rock. Heads up if you guys are out there, you fucking rock.
big time. Like, but
Make sure you send this to him
all the little acts
for that little 2 second.
all the little acts, all the little thing. It was just like we get an hour, break that shit down. The next band comes in, sets their shit up, and freaking go for it. And it's like the only PA that they had was The Voice. was the voice and the keyboard, the lead singer, and he was playing keyboard too at the same time. But everyone else is like, plug into your amp,
fucking drum kit, fucking amplifier, fucking rock and roll.
Turn it on as loud as you can go, and fucking let's rock this motherfucker. And oh my God, like it was good. Yeah. It hurt my ears. So
you guys played with an opening band?
No, we didn't.
No. This was like 2 weeks before we went just to scope out the venue to see what was going on.
Yeah, this guy's melted our fucking faces.
Dude, it was
both
very cool.
Fuck.
I was like, that's metal. That's metal, motherfucker.
Yeah, pretty much.
Big time. We always get a lot of compliments wherever we go. But we always go there on, it's like the out of town, no one's heard of us.
That was a weird statement.
Well, I'm leading into this.
Oh, yeah, we actually met the club owner / promoter / all of these guys were there this week, and they were like, the guy came up to me and he was like, well, we didn't really advertise you guys heavy because we don't know who you are. We haven't really heard your music. So
he's like, hey, 6 feet under, you made it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. You're like, that's God. The big thing.
But the cool thing at the end of it, he's like, man, you guys fucking rocked. Next time we're gonna do this again. We're gonna put on a big show and we're gonna try and get everyone out because you guys.
Let's see if Dog will show up.
Hey. Why not?
Yeah.
Why the fuck
That's what
not?
I keep saying.
Why the
not?
fuck not?
You guys get compliments, and they're due. They're due to you. You guys earn them.
Well, thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Fantastic band. You guys are high energy. You have a great chick singer.
You're such a... Oh. Hi, Dane's mom. You have such a wonderful son.
No, you guys are technically proficient. You're fun. You play a bevy of different things. You got the metal set. You got the punk set.
There is definitely something in our shows for everyone.
Well, not for...
Well, yeah.
I
don't have the Clash.
We didn't do the synth pop set.
I know. Have you done any Bee Gees songs?
We haven't done New Order yet. We haven't done our synth pop set.
Yep, no Bee Gees or synth pop, so...
No, seriously though, thank you. I appreciate it.
But like everybody in the band does awesome.
That reminds me of The Princess Bride. It was like, oh, very good. He's like, thank you. I've worked hard to become so.
All right, so here's a fucking other guilty admission. I have never seen The Princess Bride.
No effing way,
and
bro.
I get slapped on. Everyone says that. They're like, how can you have never seen that?
Dude, can I watch it with you for the first time?
I've tried like 4 times.
Can we do the podcast while watching it?
Oh my God.
I literally fall asleep every time.
God. It would be weird because everyone would be quoting it except for Brian.
Yeah.
I had a girlfriend in high school who, for our 2-week anniversary of our boyfriend-girlfriendship, printed me out like at great risk to herself. Like this is like 1998. So think about printing technologies and paper technologies in 1998. It was like Apple Exxon jet printer, and that shit was really expensive. She printed me out the entire script to The Princess Bride because I would quote it constantly.
Well, then you didn't need the script, apparently.
No, but there were, because I think what happened is she was a perfectionist.
Did she
and
also
she noticed that some of my quotes were a little bit off.
Did she also nail a dead rabbit to your front door? Because that sounds a little creepy.
Actually, she was like really going through her Christian phase thing. Yeah, so it was like, I don't think we should make out too much. I don't think we should make out too much. Jesus wouldn't like it. We're not married.
We need to be a Bible's length apart.
I was like 17.
Leave room for the Lord, son.
Leave room for Jesus. Put a balloon in between you while you're dancing.
A Bible's length apart. That's always the rule.
Bible's length?
Hey, you brought a book with you.
Oh, shit. Hey, Dane, I brought a book because I had told you, we talked about this before, that I wanted to talk about.
He was really pleased with saying that, by the way.
Yeah, because
we talked about this before.
Well, it's one thing that I've always heard with podcasts is like, you can tell that there was this pre-conversation before the podcast was recorded, like Joe Rogan or whatever. So yeah, we talked about this earlier.
Speaking of, not to interrupt you, I watched the Joe Rogan podcast the other day. And those motherfuckers were kicking back having cigarettes while they were podcasting.
You're not smoking in my house.
Yeah, because we got to have... Maybe you need to set up your garage, dude, because nothing would go better with this scotch than a fine cigar and some dark chocolate booty framed.
Here's the deal, man.
Oh, wait. Not to change this. How many tits were in The Princess Bride?
Not as many as 16 candles.
Wait. I think there were 6 tits on the big rat. During the fire swamp scene, when he killed the big rat, rodents of unusual sizes.
Hey, you brought a book with you.
Chalet Hans. He's changing the thing. Dane, I actually brought this as a gift to you.
All right.
Because I was talking about we're talking about your podcast focuses on media, music, movies. And I was like, what about books? Can we talk about books?
No, mainly boobs and bush. We try to focus in that area.
The band, right?
Right. No,
head.
That almost sounded like a metal song.
What about books? What about Bush and media? What about books? What about boobs and print and words and stuff? This is a whole song about words that start with B. Bubble.
Oh man.
So Dane, I've read this before, and this is a book. It's called Survivor. It's written by the guy who wrote Fight Club, Chuck. I never know how to pronounce his name right.
Palahniuk.
Chuck Palahniuk. It is the greatest. Not the greatest. Every time I read one of them, no. I read it. I bought this again because I loved it when I read it the first time, and I had to give it back to my friend.
I was going to say you can read a book more than once.
Yeah. So, but
you don't have to buy it again. It's like a movie, right?
I noticed that you haven't been given a gift on this podcast yet.
Oh.
And I wanted to.
I like where that's going.
I wanted to. I wanted to open up.
Power of love.
Oh. God, that's another thing I wanted to talk about. But anyway.
What, Huey Lewis?
Yeah, no.
And
the fact
news?
that every time somebody talks about an 80s song, I instantly go back to the Future. Anytime there's an 80s song, I'm like, Back to the Future.
All right,
no,
Bam.
Marty!
All right, Bam.
Anyway, book.
Theme song for Back to the Future. First one. Go.
That's the power of love.
That wasn't that the second one?
No, that's on the first one.
Well, that was the second one, I think.
No. That's the first one. The first one. He's cruising through town, riding on the skate. Dude, believe me.
Yeah. He's cruising on
Believe me, on the skateboard in the back of.
Was it a moped or was it a car?
No, it's a. He's holding on to the tailgate. I think it's like a Dodge Ram.
Okay, I'm thinking of Thrashing. He's skateboarding and holding on to a moped.
So what's the second one?
The second one is when he goes in the future.
And the theme song is?
I don't know.
Shoot, I don't even know. If
Next week on the Desert Underground podcast.
Anyway, so Dane, I actually brought this book to give to you.
Oh, thank you, man.
Because when we talked earlier about this, I was like, I want to talk about books because I just listened to the podcast with Joe Rogan and Chuck Palahniuk. That dude is dark.
So my ex-wife met him, and he signed her book for her, but he had this stamp, and it was for
her book, huh?
Oh, yeah. Well, knowing her,
was it mushroom shape and girth and width?
So his stamp was for a transgender or for a gender reassignment branch of a hospital. You know, and it looks all official. And he stamps it, and then he wrote underneath it, "You'd make a beautiful woman."
Oh, that's awesome! That's awesome. That is so him because
he's so weird.
The thing is like I actually just found out through this last podcast. I've been reading his books, being like, "Good Lord, wow, that dude is freaking out there." And I kind of had this suspicious feeling of that he was gay, but I didn't really know it. But when I listened to this podcast, he was like, "Yeah, well, I'm a gay man." I'm just like,
Why was there a suspicious feeling?
Well, so there's this book called Lullaby that he wrote, and at the end of it, I told you about this. We were talking about this earlier. How many times have I said that on this podcast? Yeah, I think that's 5. We were talking about this earlier when at band practice the other day about the book Lullaby that I wanted, and it's about the this guy is following sudden infant death syndrome.
Yeah.
Okay, so at the
good story, by the way. Read it.
Towards the amazing book. At the end of it, his girlfriend. There's this reincarnation death chant thing that's at the center of Lullaby. And at the end of it, 2 people both have this power of knowing what this chant is. And
it's the power of love.
They say it at the same time, and everyone who's in the room, souls gets reassigned to different bodies. So, so the dude who was used to be the bad guy in the book is now his girlfriend's soul is inside this bad guy. And so they, at the end of the book, they go away and it's two dudes and he's just like, my girlfriend's in the body of this obese sheriff dude or whatever. At the end of the book, I'm just like, God, that makes me feel funny because at the beginning of this book, I was so attracted to this witchcraft chick who was summoning demons, placing them in real estate properties, selling them to rich people, and then when they're haunted out of the house 2 months later, reselling the house, getting it back at a cheap rate and reselling it.
It's a lucrative business.
Dude, it's a great business. If you can summon demons and trap them and put them in a house, what better business model is there?
So let's get back to your funny feelings about the sheriff.
Well, he was this.
Oh, it's okay to be gay. He was this
super. No. Everything's fine with like.
We're trying to get to your core.
My core's fine, dude.
You like the Bears? Is that what?
I don't like football.
Do you know that team?
No, I like small.
Are you a fan of Twinkies?
Wait a minute. I don't. Do I have?
How do you feel about otters?
They're the cutest fucking things ever. Have you seen them with the little opposable thumbs? Thanks, man.
Do you like Coldplay?
Actually, I used to.
Let's talk about the book.
Yeah, we're talking about the book.
Let me open up to the first open cover. I said, to my buddy Dane, I think this story might be about you. Smiley face with tongue sticking out. Love, Oli.
Oh,
and this is a gift to you,
man.
my friend.
Thanks, buddy.
It's Survivor. It's a book about an Amish cult.
All right, so
it's written backwards, I think.
I'm gonna preface all this with, first off, thank you. Secondly, I think I've had a lot of ex-wives, and most of them liked Chuck Palahniuk. And
can I be your next ex-wife? We don't have to gender type me. I can be one of 83 different genders.
Hey, it's legal now, man. No big deal.
We can do whatever we want. My girlfriend might.
Wait, are there really 83 different genders?
Dude, Jordan Peterson.
I thought it was 62, but maybe it's gone up to.
Is it really 62?
Yeah. So anyway, as a cis male reading this book,
I'm totally cis male all the way.
Wait, what is cis?
Cis is
born a man, identify as a man.
What you would say when you were a kid, I'm a boy, she's a girl. You're a cis male.
Okay.
Anyway,
cisgender.
Anyway, going back to Palahniuk, I read Fight Club.
Awesome.
Now, it's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, why is it? And please tell me why it's your favorite, one of your favorite movies.
Because fucking Edward Norton.
Hold on.
Sorry. I'm backing up.
Before I tell you why it's my favorite movie, I need you to give me an Ed Norton impression from Fight Club.
Okay, from Fight Club.
His name is Robert Paulson.
Oh, see, in Project Mayhem, we have numbers. But in life, after death, his name was Robert Paulson.
What car company did you work for? A major one.
Anyway.
Every single time.
All right. Oli's impression of Edward Norton once again.
Sorry.
But this time from Fight Club.
Every single time the plane would bank, I would wish for a midair collision. Life insurance pays off triple in an aircraft accident.
Yeah, fuck the words up.
Yeah,
totally
you definitely need to. I'm gonna
totally
print you out the script tomorrow on my Apple II.
The entire script.
Hell yeah! You got it. Oh shit!
That is a great impression. But not of Edward Norton.
I'm much better at the Brad Pitt one.
All right, go.
Now a question of etiquette.
Let's hear the Brad Pitt one, man.
Go.
Now a question of etiquette. As I pass, do I give her the front or the back?
No, it just sounds like Oli still.
It does. Do you do anybody really well? Can you do like Christopher Walken or anybody like that?
I can do a pretty good Kermit the Frog.
Go.
Kermit the Frog here.
Piggy. Why are there so many songs about rainbows? What's on the other side? See, I got Kermit down.
Yes,
why do my fingers smell like pork? Cane's mom.
Do you got anybody? Do you got like a Christopher Walken?
Everybody's got a Christopher
Everyone's got a Christopher Walken.
I normally, when I do voices, I know
you have a lisp when you do it.
I know I'm not very good at it, and I know I have to like work myself up to it. But
we're gonna have a new segment on the show every week. Oli does impressions,
or just have everybody that you come on
and you're just try and do an impression.
We're gonna print you out a little bit of a script, and you're gonna read it in that person's voice.
Just have everyone who comes on your show do Christopher Walken. This should just be the Walken of the week.
The walking of the week.
Do you got one? Go. I know you got a walk in there. I've heard it.
Talk about the watch up your ass.
This one. This uncomfortable hunk of metal. So I don't have a walk in. I'm just trying.
That was good. That's the first impression was Brian doing walk in.
Okay.
Fellas, I don't know about you, but what I could really use is some more cowbell. That's horrible. That's fucking awful.
You should do that on
so
stage,
awful.
dude. That's a
That's
good
so
stage
awful.
voice. That's like almost a carnival bird.
Now that I hear myself with the
you sounded like
headphones
Jim
on.
from Taxi. That's who you sounded like.
Oh my god!
Or what, De Niro?
The guy from
Taxi?
The guy from
Christopher Lloyd?
Back to the Future. Yeah.
I used to.
You sound like you could do a
Dr.
good Christopher Lloyd. Let's hear that.
I used to. No,
Marty!
Oh,
Marty!
yeah. Oh, I can do that. Marty!
That was all right. All right.
Hold on.
I feel like we're getting there.
I know it's not enough juice, but what we need is 1.21 gigawatts to get to the. We need a little bolt of lightning.
Roads.
Sounded
Where
like-
we're going, we won't need roads. That's
I
that's
can't
my
do it at
impression
the
of
thing.
Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah, you were way better than me. I sucked at it. I think the one thing that I tried to do a lot as a kid is because it was the first, and you guys can judge me all you want on this, but my mom said the first man that my mom said was like super attractive to her was Sean Connery. I remember that being the first one.
Sean Connery. I am a cis male, but Sean Connery is like damn fine looking.
Like
man.
amazing, right? Yeah. And the dude doesn't end. He's like,
Are you talking about Highlander Sean Connery or when he got
I'm talking
older?
about Sean Connery.
Sean
Welcome
Connery.
to the Rock. Sean Connery.
Ooh, The Rock.
losers.
That's right.
Losers brag about winning the high school trophy. It
just sounds like
Winners
Ole
go
still.
home and fuck the prom queen.
It just sounds like Ole after drinking a little bit.
Scotch.
He needs to work on it.
Drinking scotch. Is there a reason why Brian put the scotch bottle over there instead of between
Yep.
us?
Sorry, buddy.
It wasn't completely intended.
Glenn Lovett.
Anyway, what I was talking about was Chuck Palahniuk, and I didn't like the book.
What,
You didn't
Fight
like
Club?
Fight Club book?
Did you watch the movie first?
Of course.
Okay, so dude.
No, here's my reasoning. It's written by a 12-year-old. I'm fairly certain about that. It is not, when you read a book, there's usually elaboration and like words. But this one had like huge gaps between all the paragraphs, and it was like, it's
All
like
of
somebody.
his books are like that.
But it's like somebody said, "Hey, you got a couple weeks? Can you give me 100 pages?" And he was like, "Oh yeah, I'll just double space everything."
Well,
So you feel like the story was valid,
just-
but they made a great movie out of a shitty book. is what you're
Right,
saying?
that's kind of where I'm at.
I totally disagree.
So
I'll
I'm
explain.
So he was on set, I'm sure, during that whole filming, and his vision definitely came through. But reading the book, I never would have gotten the movie from that. I would have been bored halfway through.
Really?
Like, luckily, I had Brad Pitt's half naked torso in my head while I was reading it. No homo,
no.
though.
You said you read the book first.
No, I watched the movie first.
Yo, you watched the movie
Yeah, but,
first.
all
Which
the
made the
acting,
book
all the
suck.
acting in that movie was fantastic. I mean,
Whoa,
every
whoa,
character
whoa.
was good. Yeah.
So let me
Abs were fantastic.
let me get this
He has
clear.
like 8 of them.
Let me get this clear. You watched the
Who has 8 abs? Who? Nobody.
the person who does
Brad Pitt.
the person who does
You have
2,000
them.
crunches
They're under
instead
there
of
somewhere.
1,000 crunches
Oh.
a week.
Yeah, underneath the pizza.
So all right, so let me get this. Did you watch the movie first or did you read the book
I
first?
said it like 100 times.
I'm sorry.
I watched the movie, and when I read the book, I had Brad Pitt and Edward Norton in my head
See,
because
that's different for me because, in fact, this is one of the things that I wrote down on my notes over here. So, I think that when
Sorry, I
people
fell asleep
So,
on you there,
has
man.
anyone ever had this conversation with somebody? Is like,
can you hear
oh,
me
what
through
about
his
this
headphones?
movie? Yes, I totally can.
Oh, okay.
I totally can.
wasn't
dude.
sure.
Has anyone ever had this conversation with somebody where you're like, oh yeah, I saw that movie or whatever, and then someone is like, oh, the book is way better.
course.
The book is way better.
Sandy Redding.
Yeah, big time. I'm calling you out, and he's related to our music scene because he is our light guy every once in a while.
I mean Sandy
Redding.
You know what? I need to get him on a weekly segment on here.
He would be a
call
great
it
co-host.
meh. The movie segment.
He would be a great co-host.
Yeah, no, Sandy would be
and
great,
here's the
except
thing.
for he'll rip on anything that's not.
He hates every movie
Right.
ever.
Right.
It doesn't matter if it's the best movie ever put out.
He would be a great critic.
Good God. There's no pleasing you, Sandy.
So
But thank you again for listening to the podcast. We love you.
I say,
Cha-ching.
and this is from me. I'm a guy who likes to read the books after the movie because I'm a visual guy. So I saw Fight Club and I loved it. Absolutely freaking
you need
loved
those
the
abs
movie.
in your head to get through that book.
No, you don't. No, you don't, because the book is so short. All of his books are very, very short. And maybe that you might have been used to, and I'm not judging you. I'm just saying for me, I like his books because I'm a little slow at reading and I can get through them. And he paints a very clear picture. He gets to the cut of the chase, but what he's talking about is very, very deep and it's very, very effed up. Like that dude goes to some dark freaking places. That book that I just gave you, he literally went to this thing where this guy survives a cult experience, gets out, and his phone number is one number off of the suicide hotline. So all these people are calling his phone line and are and instead of convincing people not to kill themselves, he's like, "Yeah, man, it sounds like you don't have much to live for. Go for it.
Yeah, I've only read
you should
one.
probably fucking off yourself."
I've only read one book by him, but the story I read by him was the one, the swimming pool story.
Oh,
I know.
Guts.
Yeah, let's
Guts.
not talk
Yeah,
about
and
that.
I'm not bringing. I read that, and I remember after it, literally feeling like queasy,
Nauseous.
I was like,
One of my
that might be the most fucking disturbing things I've ever read.
One of my
It was-
10 ex-wives told me about that
It was,
story.
it's fucking.
Is it 10 now?
God, it's around there, yeah.
So
All right, so this is something I was going to ask you guys about. I know
I
this-
wasn't finished.
Look, I'm just saying, I know I'm not the guy. I'm just a stand-in for the one and
You're the
only.
guy. Come on,
You're
man.
the guy. You're
I'm
the
standing
co-host.
in-
You're doing a great job. You're sitting.
Wadley.
You're sitting in.
So this was something I was just. You guys are both musicians. What's the first song that you ever remember feeling?
Feeling?
The song where you went, "Holy fuck!"
Oh my God.
The
This
song
is
that
so
made the song
hard.
that made you go like, "Holy shit!" Music is not just something that's playing in the background.
Dude, this is like asking about your
You know,
first, like,
I have it.
What is it? I gotta hear it.
You're
Tell me.
gonna laugh.
there's so many.
I mean, we're talking. For me, it's the '70s. For you, it's probably the late '80s.
You don't even know.
What's the first song you felt, Dave? I need to know.
This is great.
Oh my God. Mine's sad. Mine's really sad, and I hope my dad never hears it if I have to tell it.
Okay,
you
so
do. Trust
my mom was really that was the earliest I remember was my mom listening to tapes in the car. And whenever I was in the car, she would just play comedy tapes all the time. So it was Cheech and Chong, Ray Stevens, and Weird Al. That was it. That was the only thing we had in the car.
Your mom sounds like she's really fucking cool.
She is super cool.
Sounds like it.
That's why Dane is super
And she's
cool.
from Riverside.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shaw.
I did not learn 80s songs. I learned Weird Al's version of 80s songs
Dude, me too.
Oh my God.
first.
And when I go to the movies, I take up 7 rows because I'm fat. I heard that song
So,
before I
Dr.
heard the real
Demento,
song.
Right.
Dr.
So he was
Demento
on
and
Dr.
then-
Demento.
Yes, KMT, back in the day. Another one rides a bus. Another one rides a bus.
That was from the album we had. So the first song that I ever heard, and he does I Want a New Truck. But it's
Yeah.
I Want a New Duck.
The song was I Want a New Drug.
Oh, right. So he goes, I want a new truck, and then there says duck, and then anyway, that song to me, I was like, this song is so cool.
I want a new duck.
He's like,
One that won't make me slow.
Quack.
and then he goes, and then he has during the song, he's like, quack, 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 do 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 do. And listening to that song was the first one where I was like, music's all right.
Okay.
I know that sounds so dumb.
Yeah, man. Okay, that's not what I was expecting from you. I really was not expecting that.
But I tend to like some of his original songs that he did too, because they were real synthy. Well, at least one of them,
Accordion-y.
Dare to Be Stupid, was a synthesizer song, and I remember thinking like, whoa, this is Like it's funny, but it's also kind of like hard, faster.
You know what's weird is that it kind of
synthy.
fits you though. Hearing your music, like your
Quack 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 quack. Doo-doo-doo.
like your open mic stuff. It's kind of
Right.
it fits that where you're like playing serious music, but you're also
And then
everything's comedy. It's got like a comedy edge to it.
and then every Saturday night we watch Saturday Night Live, or she'd at least tape it, and I could watch it
back
the
when
next
Saturday
morning.
Night Live was funny.
All right, Dave, go.
Lunch lady lambs,
Lunch Lady Lamb.
hoagies and grinders,
Hoagies and grinders, navy beans, meatball sandwich,
Meatloaf,
a sloppy
that's all right.
Joe, sloppy Joe,
right,
user.
You need to get him a script, man.
So
What was the first
mine's
song
super
that you,
emotional,
the one that you
bro.
actually felt, the song that made you go, wow, music.
The one that really made, and I actually wanted to look it up, but my phone went stupid and I couldn't look it up. But is "Say It Loud, Say It Clear"? Remember that song? Say it loud, say it clear, and then I'll see it tomorrow.
You know that-
something to hear.
The title's like right on the tip
Yeah,
of
I
my
know.
tongue. I remember that song.
That's why I was trying to look it up at the internet. I didn't have it.
What about you?
But you didn't hear why, dude. You cut me off.
No, go.
So
What-
the big
what
reason
was it
was,
for you?
dude. This I'm bearing my soul here. My dad and my mom had broken up, right? When I was super young, and I knew who my dad. I was right at that age where I knew who my dad was. He was this dude or whatever, but then he was gone, right? And the only thing I knew was my mom's anguish over the divorce and everything else. Like it was a very developmental point in my life, and a couple years later, this song came on and it was like speaking to me. It was about my dad, and because I hadn't heard from my dad in like a long time, and to that little of a kid, it may have been a couple of months or something like that. But it was like every single time I'd ask my Mom, where's Dad? Can I talk to Dad? Well, honey, he's out, he's busy, he's doing whatever. And then the song came on, and I realized that the song was talking about saying, like, say what you have to say to somebody before they die, which was like such an early concept for such a young kid.
Right.
To like people go, wait, and I was just like, and I listened to the song and I recorded it on a tape off the radio. I heard it on the
You ever
radio
remember
and I
doing that?
recorded it off the tape.
Yeah.
And I would listen to it over and over again. I would bawl in my room, right? And like, because I thought my mom, and I was young, but I had this sense of my mom was trying to like make me feel good about something. I thought my dad was dead. Like I remember like some of the good times that I had with my dad, and I thought my dad was fucking dead.
Wow.
Because he hadn't been around for like 2 months into however old I was. That it seemed like forever.
It's a topical thing. Do you think if she would have told you, if she'd have said, hey, I just broke up with your dad, or
Well, no,
we're not getting
dude.
along,
I knew they broke up. I had known they broke up, but like I didn't understand that
Ever
he
since
would-
Uncle Steve moved in.
that no, my mom never did that. My mom never had anyone else move in. She was super Christian like that. But I thought my dad was dead, and so when that song, like I heard that song, I would like I'd be screaming it, and like I thought my dad was dead. It was just and in that moment, like I actually had as a kid, I had a farewell
How old are you?
to my. I was probably
32.
5 or 6.
That's a rough age. man.
Yeah,
That's
I don't know if that's exactly what it is, but like it like that was rough when I heard that. And every single time I hear that song, I don't hear.
Does it still do it to you? When
Oh
you're
my God, dude! I'm just thinking about it right now. You can probably see it. I'm tearing up right now. But like it's
A
rough.
little drop of scotch just fell from his eye.
Thank you for cheapening my
no, I love you,
super
man. I love you, dude.
experience. But I totally get it.
Look,
but,
if I didn't have these headphones on, man, I'd hug you right now.
thanks, man.
I say we hug
I
it
appreciate
out.
it.
Let's do it anyway. Get up. You look like you want to get up anyway.
Big hug. I wish we could microphone the squeezing of our bodies together. Can we do it? No, but yeah, that was the first one that really had it. That had an emotion, and when I sing it.
But was it for you? Was it an emotional thing where you were like, were you connected to the music, or was it a thing where the music spoke to you?
The music definitely spoke to me about, and it was like, so here I am, a 5-6 year old kid, listening. I forget who the singer was, but he's a famous singer or whatever.
Yeah, the song is going in my head now.
And I am literally connecting with this guy, probably talking about his father who died. Like, and at the 5-year-old to probably this late 20s to mid 30s somebody, we're having a complete heart to heart conversation in this song, and yeah, it was rough. And I think the first time after that I saw my dad, I think I was crying and went up and just hugged the hell out because I thought he was dead or something,
No, I get it.
So,
so for me, I guess it would be. I mean, this is going to sound weird because it's not even a song that would Hotel California. I know it sounds weird. It's just that was the first time that I heard a song and I was like, those dudes, man, they're tearing that shit up. I remember the first solo. Obviously, I'm a guitar guy, so even as a kid, I heard.
You weren't at the time.
Yeah, I was a kid. I was a guitar kid. It just that's the thing that always resonated me. Even then, I remember the guitar parts. I just remember the beat. And there's that part in that song that everybody knows where it gets that part where it goes, on the dark desert highway.
Yeah.
And I remember going like, all the songs I'd heard before that, were just like noise in the background. And then I heard that and I remember thinking,
It's like when I double tap that book to get attention.
There's something in that I need to figure out what's going on there that I'm not aware of, because it spoke to me. It was one of those things where I went, wow.
Inherently, I think what happens with a lot of younger men when they learn music is they think girls will like me.
Right.
No, that's their motivation. That's what I did 4 years ago when I joined this band.
Well, what happened? It doesn't work?
No.
He became a girl and then it didn't work out so well.
I became a diva, musical diva.
He's wearing Spanx a lot now.
No, and I didn't mean it like that. When I was a kid, I thought, when you get to be 12 and 13, you're thinking, okay, rock and roll.
Right.
Means chicks and parties and popularity and all that stuff. But at that age, I think I was probably 7 when I heard them when that came out, and I remember hearing it and thinking, wow. There's something going on here that I'm not normally aware of.
Right.
So.
And, a lot of the music that I was listening to before I started playing guitar was somebody introduced me to all these punk rock bands. And it was like, it was the 90s, mid 90s. So it was like, Social Distortion had come out with a few albums at that point that I was really digging. Danzig was a thing at that point, which everybody's. It was like it was the big album that he had with Mother and Call Me the Hunter. That's my name.
I'll do that again. I was kind of a little chubby when he did that. It's a little one, but
Call Me the Hunter.
There it is. Oh yeah,
that's my name. Oh, that was too Metallica. Name. Welcome to the podcast.
I wanted to mention something about like it had been my first lifelong dream to be in a band, to be in a rock and roll band.
Welcome to the rock and roll, brother.
Dude, Brian, I got to tell you.
For those of you listening, they just pounded each other.
We totally did. Pounded up. Fist pounded.
They just fisted.
Pounded.
We fisted each other.
But that's...
I've had way too much scotch now. I've been at dinner yet.
But seriously, like every time we sing Fat Lip, we do the
Mother.
I don't
tell your children not to walk my way.
That's not in Fat Lip.
No, it's a Danzig song.
But when we sing that, in my mind, like
Father, do you want to find hell with me?
This is what punk rock does to your children.
in your mind when we play that song.
Like, I see the video because I was an MTV VH1 generation kid where I was like, holy shit.
Do you remember MTV
videos.
Spring Break?
Oh my God, yes.
Dude, Jerkfest.
Yes.
Anyway.
You totally made me say hell yes right as you said Jerkfest. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
It's all about the timing.
It's like we're totally totally bonding, and you had to go to the fucking dark side. Thank you, Dane. Jesus Christ.
Oh, Jesus.
So now,
Dude, do you have a voice effects on my? I feel like I'm Darth Vader in my headphones right now. Like,
no, actually, your voice is gonna sound a lot better.
No, you
A lot
actually
better
sound like Darth Vader.
and Sean Connery, I'm sure.
Nope.
Tell me that wasn't your Sean Connery impression, because that was.
Dude, I'm horrible. I'm horrible right now. If I get going, it's almost like my Irish accent. I have to do it for a while.
Can you do a crickets? Can you do a crickets?
Oh my God, that's the best impression that you do.
It's the best thing I do.
Go ahead,
so,
go.
or
Let's hear it. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
5
All right,
seconds
hold
of
on.
crickets.
Hold on.
David
Let me say a stupid joke, and then you can do the crickets to it.
Perfect.
But don't make me laugh.
All right. So here you go. All right, I'll just do a punchline. I won't even do the joke. So then I said to the guy, "That's my shoe." Oli, thank you so much for coming out to the Desert Underground podcast, man. Please don't let it be crickets the whole time. We got Brian home filling in for Matt Wadley tonight. We're ending it right now.
You cannot end it right now.
We appreciate you coming out. Thanks for coming in, doing the guest spot. We love you guys, everybody. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for having me, man. And I just wanted to say that I think we can do part 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, everybody look
6.
out for the Dave and Brian podcast coming soon.
No, seriously.
Matt's been fired. Hey, Matt, will you please pay for everything still?
Addictive. Super addictive.
Thanks for coming out, man. Make sure you guys follow 6 Feet Over on Facebook. Make sure you go to all their shows.
Share this podcast with everyone.
Please share this podcast. Please tell your friends how fun it is. Please, Brian, maybe you should listen once in a while. That'd be cool. Get some headphones.
I like cheese.
I like
podcast. Subscribe, share the podcast. Thanks for listening. We'll see you guys next time. We won't see you. We'll broadcast to you next
You should probably invite us back for a second go around.
Bye.
Oh, Nino, what's going on, bro? Every single time the plane would bank, I would wish for a midair collision. Life insurance pays off triple in an aircraft accident.